Hello and welcome back to another episode of DLC. My name is Joey Fitz, and today I'm bringing you quite an exciting game from our friends over at Game.Press and the developers Ghost Ship Games. Now, have you ever played popular game Deep Rock Galactic? And whilst playing it, have you ever thought, this is great, but what if the game became a roguelite and everything could fall apart any moment? Well, if you have ever thought that, have I got the game for you? This is an episode all about Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core. And rather than being a direct sequel, Rogue Core takes the gameplay that made the original so popular and combines it with a roguelite structure. You and your fellow dwarves descend into dangerous caves, fighting alien creatures, completing objectives, and becoming progressively more powerful during each run. It still feels unmistakably Deep Rock Galactic, but with a fresh spin on the formula. So let's get into it. Rock and Stone. Now, at the time of writing, Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core is in early access, but is available via public playtests and through buying early access on Steam. A full release and final price haven't yet been announced, but it's shaping up to be one of the most anticipated co-op releases, especially for fans of the original. Now, if you've ever played the original Deep Rock Galactic, you will feel at home here. You're going to recognise the foundation straight away. You are still exploring procedurally generated caves. You're still mining resources and you're still fighting swarms of alien creatures. There's objectives to complete and you've got to work together to survive. But the biggest difference is that roguelike progression. Instead of slowly building up a permanent character over dozens of missions, each run becomes its own adventure. You'll unlock upgrades, experiment with different builds, and adapt your strategy depending on what each expedition throws at you. It makes every run feel a little bit different and gives you a good reason to jump back in for that just one more feeling. Now, one of the core things in Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core is its combat and progression. Combat is every bit as satisfying as you would hope. It's a familiar blend of fast-paced shooting, destructible environments, teamwork and crowd control, and it's all still here. The roguelite upgrades are where things get really freshened up. As the run progresses, your dwarf becomes increasingly powerful, letting you create combinations that feel very different from one expedition to the next. It's a really clever evolution of the original game's formula rather than a complete reinvention. Now, visually, the game keeps the original's identity. The chunky stylized art direction still looks pretty good, and the caves are packed with glowing alien flora, strange rock formations, environmental hazards, and swarms of ugly creatures. The lighting continues to play a really huge role, with darkness making exploration feel tense, until something throws down a flare and suddenly reveals the entire cavern. The procedural cave generation also deserves a lot of credit. Even after loads of runs, environments continue to remain interesting to navigate, because they're constantly changing. The presentation feels really polished despite it being in early access, and it captures the same personality that made the original game so memorable. Now, I think that Rogue Core is at its absolute best with friends. Each class brings useful abilities to the team, communication is encouraged, and successful runs genuinely are made to feel like a group effort. Whether you're covering each other during massive alien swarms or desperately trying to revive your teammate before the cave becomes completely overrun, the game naturally makes those memorable co-op moments that Deep Rock Galactic has always been known for. Is what I wish I could say. Unfortunately, I didn't play it co-op. Like the original game, I feel like this game is made for co-op. Its chaos and its freneticness were incredibly satisfying when solo. However, I did feel overrun very, very quickly, and I think with another dwarf watching my back, we'd probably have a really, really good time here. So, the game itself builds on Deep Rock Galactic, which is a game I enjoyed. I played with the Game Club Pod Boys, we played it on stream a few times, And it's a really good co-op formula that I think this game just builds upon. The addition of the roguelike progression keeps everything feeling fresh. It's got excellent combat and a satisfying weapon variety. The caves themselves are beautiful and so fun to explore, and it maintains the humour and personality of the original. As always, it's DLC. Not every game is perfect, but this game is still in development, so content is naturally limited compared to what I imagine the full version will contain. Players expecting Deep Rock Galactic 2 might need to adjust to the roguelike structure, and the long-term progression will ultimately determine how much replayability the full release offers. At the moment though, these feel like small concerns rather than major issues. So Deep Rock Galactic feels exactly what a spin-off should be, more than a sequel. It doesn't abandon what made the original special. Instead, it experiments with a new structure while keeping all of the core ingredients intact. The progression adds another layer of replayability without losing the teamwork, exploration, and the frenetic combat that fans of the game love. Most importantly, it keeps the spirit of Deep Rock Galactic. It's funny, it's chaotic, it's replayable, and it's an absolute joy to play. Now, my final thoughts. Spin-offs can sometimes feel incredibly unnecessary. Rogue Core does not. It feels like a natural evolution of the original game and a brilliant formula that they made, giving long-time fans something fresh, while still delivering on everything that made Deep Rock Galactic so fun. If you already love mining, shooting bugs and yelling rock and stone at your friends, there's every chance that you're going to feel right at home here. And if the final game delivers on the promise shown during the early access, Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core could easily become another one that is a must pick up. Right, that's it. Thank you very much to our friends over at Game.Press and the developers of the game Ghost Ship Games for the free review copy. We couldn't do this without you. Make sure you check us out on Discord, follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Game Club Pod. Look after yourself and God bless. Rock and stone.